at BG Tech Life, and we gotta chop it up, guys. We definitely gotta chop it up on this one. It's your boy BG, and as you can see right here, I got my Nintendo Switch on deck, guys. Now, Nintendo just announced the new Switch. It's called the Switch OLED. It's gonna have an OLED screen, guys, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting to me because they're talking about an OLED screen for the Switch, and that sounds so dope. That sounds dope, guys. But at the same time, it's still gonna have a 720 display. It's not bumped up to 1080. Still gonna be 720. It's only gonna put 1080 out to displays. So really in the screen department, it's only gonna get bigger. You know, it's only gonna get bigger. But at the same time, I look at it a little differently from everybody else, guys. A lot of people say, wow, they doing a newer Switch and they're gonna make the screen bigger, but it's gonna still be 720, but they making it an OLED display. So that's gonna be like the blacks are gonna be way darker, maybe look a little more saturated. But I think what they trying to do here is, because Nintendo is almost like a vintage brand when it comes to gaming, guys. Nintendo has been doing this for years, and Nintendo comes from a background of like pixelated games, honestly. It's not like Xbox or PlayStation. It's different. So what I think they're trying to do here is like put a spit shine on a classic. They try and bring you the best 720 so it can still have that Nintendo look, because they don't, they're not in the war with, like I said, Xbox and PlayStation for graphics, and you're not in the war zone. It's different over here. The games are different. Everything runs a little different. And of course, they want to keep that performance, and they want to keep this form factor, guys. So, you up the performance, you may have to up the internals. And from what I understand, there's not an up on the internals either on the new Switch OLED. But, I will say this. There's a couple other things that the Switch OLED got. The screen is going to be bigger. The bezel is going to be smaller. So you're going to have less black bezel around your screen. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be OLED. It's going to, even though it's 720, it's going to look a little better, guys. It's going to look a little better. Joy-Cons going to stay the same. Even the old Joy-Cons on this Switch going to fit on the Switch OLED. Then you got your dock over here. I got the dock over here in the corner, but the dock is a little different. You can use an Ethernet connection, a fast connection. You can use a wired connection to game with. I believe that they got a bigger kickstand on the next Switch, and the audio was a little better. So now, let's talk about who buys that. Who buys the new Switch OLED? I think if you don't have a Switch, the difference in prices. This is $299. The new Switch OLED, the screen's a little bigger, it sounds better. Of course, $349, that's a gimme. But if you own a Switch already, I say unless you just supremely in love with Switches and you just got the bank like that to do it, or you could sell this Switch and upgrade like that, I could say you can stay where you at comfortably stay where you at. Now, like I said, if you really I'm not one to tell somebody not what to have and not what to get. But at the same time, this Switch right here is still really good device. And to go out and spend another $350, first of all, they're gonna be hard to get. My big thing is the way I think, especially when you're thinking on that budget, this is something that could be, now we can get these Switch lights and these regular Switches on sale, used, off swapper, off offer up for a good price, because they got a new Switch out now. That's always a good thing, especially if you're on a budget, because there's a lot of kids out here and a lot of adults that want a Nintendo Switch, but they just don't want to kick out that $300 for it, or it's hard to find. But like I said, now you can kind of like come up, with the new Switch being out. But like I said, if you really into Switches and you already got this Switch, and you want the bigger screen, and you always using this device. Like, I'm not always on this device. I play Xbox. I do a lot of other things, not always on this device. But if I was always on this device, me being a techie, even not being on this device, I kind of want to check out the OLED screen. I want to see the bigger screen and the better sound. But yeah, man, there's a lot to be decided, man, right now. Do I think we need a new screen? I always like a new display a little bit bigger, but at the same time, like I said, the screen is gonna be better, guys. It's gonna still be 720, but I think what they're trying to do, like I said, is put a spit shine on a classic. Nintendo has a certain look, they try to maintain that look, but bring it into 2021. So I mean, it's definitely gonna be a big seller. It's gonna be something that people want to grab, but right now, comfortably, we can still use this guy. This guy still has a nice 720 screen. This guy still, is the same chipset. It's no new processor. So, and I think that the screen on this is still great. So the screen on the new Switch is going to be better. It's going to be a little black. It's going to be a little sharper, but it's still going to be 720 because I believe they're trying to just save what they got going on. And also, they're not upping that processor, guys. So if you're not upping the processor, you gotta, if you're not upping the processor, you gotta kind of stay where you is so things will still work the same way, guys. You can't make a 4K Switch with the same processor that's in this Switch, but the Switch OLED is a pretty dope device, guys. I'm sure if I can get my hands on it, I may get my hands on it. I've been, using this on and off, and it's been a pretty fun device for me also. So, if you can get the Switch OLED and you already got a Switch, if you want to upgrade, go ahead and do it. But I would say save your money because it's not really doing too much more than this Switch does. Just the screen is a little bigger, might be a little blacker, might be a little bit sharper. But you know what I mean? If you gaming on this thing and it's cool, stay where you at. Now, if you're going out to buy a Switch for the first time and you get that OLED, because $50 more and you getting a couple more things, different kickstands, just a newer one, a bigger screen. Yeah, go ahead and try that out. But yeah, man, I just wanted to put my 2 cents in on that. It's your boy BG Tech Life. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube if you're watching. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter, BG_Tech Life. It's your man BG, I'm out. Peace.